going to do tafa first. So if you guys remember tafa is scrubbing. So Anna, why don't you go first, because she's going to feel it. She can watch that. So tafa first, so just watch. What we're going to do is this motion. So scrubbing. Tafa in Chinese medicine is a yang technique. So it's going to stimulate the person. And also it's very light, so you're getting, introduced to the person like this. So you want to go over the whole back, okay? Let's do a couple first. Then we're going to knuckle crawl up the UV channel. So what you're going to do is get your hand in a Buddha fist, we call it. So that's not this. If you have a fist, it hurts. But if you relax the fingers, you can see like this Buddha sits like this. What you want to do is just knuckle crawl. So you can use your knuckles and go up the spine. You okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's the second one. Third one's going to be rofa, kneading the upper traps and deltoid. So what I like to do is I like to grab the muscle with one hand and then move it with the other. So I'm grabbing the muscle and moving it like that. We're going to practice these in a second, guys, so you don't have to worry about it. So also what I'll do is I'll feed the muscle into my hand, then my hand will pull the muscle out. So I can feed, if you want to stand over here and watch. So see, I'm actually feeding muscle into this hand, grabbing it, and then pulling it off. Like that, okay? And pulling off. And then you can also do it on the neck. I missed that on the last one. So you want to go on the neck. So you grab and you pull. So the other hand is helping you pull it. So grab the peach, and then push it off with the other hand. So it's really powerful, way different from you're just going like this. You're actually grabbing. You can actually make circles with it, so it's more of a rofa. Rofa is more about circular kneading. Nafa is just about grasping. Remember T-nafa? Grasping and then pulling off, lifting it up. You can actually shake it, shake the person. You grab the tissue and then shake it a little bit. So you use this hand to do the shaking. So you grab, and then this hand does either the pull off or the shaking or whatever. So I grab tissue here, and I can go ahead and shake it. I'm holding onto it right now, I'm just shaking it. So that's T-nafa, right? Lifting the tissue off the skin is T-nafa. So nafa is more like skin rolling. That's what they teach in Swedish. So we're all going to do these in different order, and then you're going to just do the whole thing together. So we're going to grab, and we're going to pull off. So the other one, we were sort of making these circular movements. Rofa is a circular thing. We're going to actually grab. And some people actually go ahead and pick up the trapezius. So we're going to grab this, and then we're going to take this hand and help to pull it off. Be careful, because if you got a strong grip, this can hurt a lot of people. Okay, so that's the nafa. And then it says elbow on the upper traps. So we're going to put our elbow into the upper traps. So we're just going to work. And as we do that, right here at the high point of the traps, right there is a point called gallbladder 21. And that point, so I'm going to work down on the traps. And then when I get to that gallbladder 21 point, and I'll help you, I'll show you the point. You want to just press down on it a little bit. Just for like 5 to 7 seconds. So right elbow for right shoulder, left elbow for left shoulder. And I usually make just like little circular movements going down. You can press both of them if you want. Okay, that's the elbow. And then it says stretch the neck while pinning the shoulder. So we're going to go like this. Then I'm going to take his neck and I'm going to stretch him a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the head turned a little bit, and my elbow is going to go down here like that. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So always support the other side with the other hand. You don't want the patient, because people get sleepy, they get tired, and if you don't, you can just dump them off the side of the chair, you know, with this kind of work. I mean, if you're just going like this and saying, oh, the chakras are lining, or, you know, if you're doing that, nothing's going to happen. But if you start doing real work, you're going to fall off the table. Gallbladder 21.
Yeah,
And then we go do the stretch, right? The next one's the stretch.
that was my next class I never took. I just started getting into it. Cool. So this thing.
Then you're going to do some range of motion work. So I recommend about 10 times one way. So I think I've got how many seconds in there?
20?
20, yeah. Not too fast. And then obviously you want to do it on the other side. So both sides. And this is where you're going to realize the person might have frozen shoulder or something like that, you know, because you're going to go up and it's going to stop. Basically the whole body's going to start lifting up. Computer people, they could have frozen shoulder and not even know it. Because you ask them, you say, can you touch your arm to your ear? And yeah, look, I can raise my arm. So they tilt their body over. So that's range of motion. So Yalfa means make circles, and then Dofa, shaking on the arms. So since I'm on the arms, palm up, you guys, is much easier on the body. So you want to shake their arms. And right here you can go ahead and do a little bit of shaking on each finger, and a little bit of pulling on it. So like that, one arm, and the other. So you can work each finger. That's really nice for the person to feel really good. You work each finger. And then strip the neck with a Buddha fist. The B stands for Buddha fist. So what you're going to do is go down to here. So those of you that are a little bit shorter, you might not be able to get up that high. So you could use the blade edge of your hand. You can strip it with this. So basically you're just stripping these muscles all the way down. If you're really short, what I recommend if you're working at a station, you got your own little massage station, you get one of these medical stools. So you can stand up on a medical stool. Greg will tell you it's a big difference in putting my body weight on. So even for me, the medical stool is really good, even though I'm tall. And this is really stable, guys. These things, you could do anything, jump up and down on them, because they're four legs, right? This is like actually working on like on the table, you know, putting real compression. So again, you're going to do the Yalfa, and you're going to do the Dofa, which is shaking the arms, the palms up, and you can do nice little movements on the fingers, pull them out a little bit, distract them, and then strip the neck down. You want to do it with the Buddha fist. So you're doing it with the fingers right in here, all these fingers. Or you can go ahead and do it with the edge of your palm down here. And I'd recommend that if you worked a lot, like in a mall or something like that, that you have some kind of a medical stool. You can get these online for about $50. So we're basically just going to make circles around the whole scapular region. Notice we're focusing mostly on the top of the body. So you just make some nice circles around. You guys can just watch, you don't have to practice, that's fine. And then the next one is that we're going to put the arm in handcuff position, it says, and we're going to go ahead and do Tuifa underneath. So what is Tuifa? Tuifa is pushing. The art Tui Na in Chinese. Tui means to push, Na means to grasp or pull, right? So he's going to put his arm behind his back. What that's going to do is he's going to expose the edge of his scapula, the medial border of his scapula. So we put that underneath, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my fingers to tway or push underneath the scapula. Now there are a lot of people where their scapula is either stuck to the thoracic cage. You see I'm going underneath it, Jackie? Now there are a lot of people you can't get underneath their scapula. That's okay, just go around the border. Do the best you can. And if you have to, you maybe use a thumb that's protected, like that. So you go right around the border and just get the thumb in there. So So you're going to work like that, okay? And then do that on both sides, obviously. And then we're going to roll-file, ringing style down the arm. So we're going to take the arm, we're going to go ahead and work the arm from a standing position if you want to do it, so you're going to do, or you can do it from a kneeling position, which is a lot easier. So again, the whole idea is to pull the muscle off the bone. So never press onto the bone, you're going to hurt the person. Grab the biceps, grab the brachialis, grab the triceps, and pull the muscle off the bone. Be careful, the person has hair on their arms. So I can even rest the arm on my leg. So what roll-fi is grabbing with a little bit of circular motion. Now-fi, remember we saw before, was grabbing and just pulling up. This is grabbing with circular motion, so we're going to grab and do circular motion on the arm. And you can stretch out the carpal tunnel. This is great for office work, you know, to help people to open up the carpal tunnel so they avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumbs and just go down the arm like that. You're going to bring blood by doing what? You're going to go ahead and press all this blood out to the end of the hand. When I release, watch it. Look at the blood. So you're basically...
Look at his hand.
Yeah, he needs blood in his hands. He has cold hands. So then I do that, and then I go ahead and take my fingers and I interlace with his fingers, and I go ahead and milk the fingers in the same way. That. So you do the thumbs first, and just slowly squeeze out all the arterial blood into the hand, and let it come back. Go nice and slow. This is great for people that work in the office because their fingers, you know, they're up all day like this, and they're not getting a lot of blood. I mean, they are, but it's once you put the fingers down, which they're supposed to be, gravity sends the blood down there really well. So people that have difficulty with their fingers doing that all day, they're gonna love it. That's the first one. And the second one is the soft rub rolling on the ribs. So now I'm going to go ahead and rub on his ribs.
I think
So
you're going to skip the aqua.
Twafa.
I think you skipped the aqua.
Did I?
If you care.
No, that was just.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I skipped it. So sorry. Thanks, Brett. So that's when I do this with the fingers, and what you also do is you do this.
Oh, I see.
You go in circles.
Nice.
Yao means to go in circles. Yeah. You're right, Brent. Thanks for hitting that one. You're welcome. And then Twafa is going to be rub rolling. This is great for people with asthma. So if they complain of asthma, it really helps. So Twafa is rubbing. And then now is a scrubbing kind of thing with the fingertips. So you're going to go ahead and scrub in between the ribs, so the intercostal spaces. And there might be some people that are ticklish, so just take the person as they are. Or you can do it single side. You ask the patient to put their arm behind the head. No, one arm, please. And then I'm going to go ahead and just stretch it a little bit. So I got one hand on the hand that's behind the head. I'm just going to go ahead and stretch them a little. Be careful, you don't want to do too much, See the other side? So you can go here, put it on there. So you're doing a circular stretch. So I'm holding the head in position, so he's getting a really nice chest stretch, so you just stimulated all the tissues in here, and then you're going to stretch out all that tissue like that. Really good for people who are this way all day, right? They get adhesions, they go home and, all of a sudden you stretch them out, they go, wow, I can take a deep breath. Man, I haven't done that in a long time. It's just like, feels like I'm lighter. Absolutely, absolutely.